I wanted to make a video. I wanted to make a review of the movie and address the controversy afterwards. I backed out of it because it's a very sensitive topic. It's a very delicate topic. It's pretty much a minefield, a misstep, and it could blow up in my face horrendously, right? So I decided not to talk about the movie in any positive way. I left a review on my letterboxd if anyone's interested in knowing what I had to say about it. For now, or for this video, I would rather think or try to think if if there is any way of salvaging the movie, if the backlash could be fixed in some way. But first I wanted to talk about the movie Trust from 2010. I'm not sure if you have seen it. It was directed by David Trimmer. I watched it. The movie is from 2010. I watched it. I watched it in 2012 ish, and later I watched it again in 2014, something like that. I was in school when I watched it. So yeah, I've seen it twice at school. Because it was shown to our class as a way to to raise awareness, to warn about the dangers of social media for us who were children at the time. And this movie illustrates that. It's about a 14-year-old girl who befriends a boy on social media. It's not specified which. It's not Facebook. They text, they chat, and it starts out with the boy telling her that he's 16, she's 14, right? So it's like, oh, he's only 12. He's only 2 years older. Then he tells her that he's actually 20. She's like, oh, all right. Does this mean we can still be friends, or we can still talk, we can still have this relationship? And he says, yeah, no worries, if you're not uncomfortable, of course, with that sort of tone. Then he later reveals that he's actually 25. Now she's like, oh, really? Now what is going on then? Could I still be talking to you? Should I be still talking to you? But she doesn't, she doesn't stop. And he eventually talks her into meeting up at a mall. And then she's like, okay, where is he? Where is this 25, 26-year-old youngish man? Where is he? Turns out that he's actually in his late 30s or early 40s. He approaches her, going like, it's me, Charlie. You like, you know me, right? And they go. He takes her like he takes her to like a restaurant, and they have a little date. And the thing is that I don't remember if it's in the same day of the date, but maybe you already saw where this was going. He, content warning, like takes her to some room, and he rapes her. That's the conflict of the movie. The rest of the movie is her trying to overcome that situation, that trauma. In one instance, she even tries to overdose. The so yeah, that's what the movie is about. That's the purpose. The intent is to try to warn about the dangers of this new, of this emerging social media, and how predators can use it to lure in like victims, young victims. And well, the movie doesn't really have I think it's very realistic. It doesn't really have much closure on the story of the girl. I don't remember how her story ends, but in the credits it's shown that the guy who was posing as Charlie, he has another name, and he's actually a family man. He has a wife, like a grown-up son, like he's a family man, but he's also like he has this double life, this tendency of being a predator. And that's also, like another like warning, another lesson. The predators can lead these sort of acceptable lives. They can look in a certain way that they can seem trustworthy. That's, there's the point. Now, taking all of this in account, the rape scene is not shown. Like the it's like alluded at through like quick flashbacks. Like it's not a montage. It's like quick flashbacks of like the bed. Like nothing is in real focus. And but it is implied, right? If the movie like showed it, would you object to seeing it? Probably, yeah, right? That is where I'm going at with using this movie as an example, because the movie manages to get its point across without, showing something that would be otherwise very, very problematic. Like even if it were simulated, like a man depicted in bed with a young child, well, with a teenager, that would not be correct, well received, etc. Um, so, well, if you're wondering, is the movie any good, like as a movie? Well, I don't think that it's very. I don't think that it's special in any way. The it's not very memorable. The acting was pretty all right. In general, it was all right. It really leaves you with that kind of sensation that, yeah, this is more of a movie that meant for children, at school to watch it. When they're in that age of getting their first social media accounts. Uh, Other than like a real movie to watch casually, as in like oh, I'm in the mood to watch something, I'm going to watch this thing. It's not really that. Now I want to make another example. I want to put another example. The show 13 Reasons Why is in spirit pretty similar, right? Um, you will probably agree that it's very convoluted. Like it got its messages too mixed. But maybe let's accept let's accept that maybe in the beginning they had their priorities straight. They had a clear notion of what they wanted to do, and the end result is largely debatable. It's pretty much agreed that they did not achieve anything that they sought out to do, but the show was like intended for a teenage audience as their target. It was conceived to spread that to spread that awareness about very sensitive topics like mental illness, um, suicide, rape, um, the sharing of intimate pictures um, without consent or knowledge, that sort of thing, which is also which are also problems that concern teenagers. Well, what happened with that show? Um, they premiere their first season, people watch it, and when they get to the final episode, there it is, the infamous Hannah Baker's suicide scene. And what is that scene? What is it about? It depicts her committing suicide very explicitly. People, like the public, and you can really say it was the public on social media, decried this. They denounced this. They said this is very irresponsible because it's showing not only an image that can be very distressful for people who have like this propensity um, uh, towards like suicidal thoughts, towards depression. And not only it can be like very distressing, shocking, etc., or triggering, it can also like as it is showing how she does it. It could be something. It could be imitated. That was the main concern, and I don't want to like I don't want to like misremember too much, but there was one case, I think in Peru, of a girl who, as far as the investigation found out, was inspired by the show, by the scene, to end her own life. So, what was the response of Netflix and this and this uproar and this upset? They put a disclaimer at the beginning, but also, and more importantly, and most importantly, they removed the scene. They edited out only the scene, only the suicide scene. They left the rest of the show intact as it is, but the scene is gone. They continued to produce more seasons afterwards, but and it became pretty much the laughing stock, laughing stock of the internet. Like no one was really watching it anymore. With it wasn't taken seriously anymore. But the thing is that this measure, like this response, this alternative, it was, accepted. They said, yeah, that was the correct thing to do. Maybe not everyone agrees. Maybe some people would prefer for the show to have never existed. Maybe it's the general opinion. I don't know. But I think we can all agree that it was a good decision to at least remove that scene. This now takes us to the movie Minion, known in the States as Cuties, and the backlash. I don't want to get too deep into the backlash because it's pretty self-evident. There are three scenes that show girls doing the suggestive poses and the twerking. It's those three scenes that show that, and one is making the rounds on Twitter. It's pretty much the end scene, or it's the final dance scene. It's like the scene of the dance contest. All right, that is three scenes. I believe that they can be modified, substituted, and they can be, edited out in some way, and the problem could be solved. That's what I think could happen as a response, from Netflix's part. To follow the example of the movie Truth, you have this message, you want to get it across. You don't have to show this thing that you're denouncing. You don't have to show it. To the movie's credit, and again, I'm saying this with I'm hesitating to say this, but the audience is seeing the choreography in this final dance scene. They at first they are confused. They try to clap along, and then they just confused. Then they start booing. Then they start giving thumbs down. They are repulsed. The judges don't understand what's going on. They whisper, they mutter to each other. The audience is not okay with what they're seeing. A mother even covers the eyes of her daughter. And I think, for example, in that scene, you can only cut to the audience as the dance is happening. You can cut only to the audience and get that, show the response, the reactions, and get that material, material that is denouncing this problem. As for the other two scenes, I think they can be maybe removed. Yeah, because, for example, the second one is then the girls making a video clip that blows them up in popularity. They can remove that, and they can only show the part where they're reacting, as in, hey, our video got so many views and all that, right? That is what I think. That is why I'm proposing. I absolutely have no say in what's Netflix going to do, if they're going to do anything. and maybe other people just think that it should be removed from the platform, etc. I didn't want to go, like, I don't want to go too deep into the movie itself, because I I didn't want to, take the conversation where it is at now. Um, yeah, the problem with it is only that it shows the scenes, those 3 scenes. But if you watch it, if you take in account the rest of the movie, if you've seen the interview that the director made for Netflix, you can see that it is not ill-intentioned. It is not um, absolutely not endorsing child exploitation, um, child sexualization, um, pedophilia. No, at all. It's not doing that. You can call it tone deaf. Absolutely, it's not unwarranted to say that. So, and I agree. So my position is, I defend the movie. I don't defend the scenes, the dance scenes. Um, to really get the story, you really have to watch it. Like, there is another scene that is, maybe you've seen it on YouTube. It's called the worst scene in Cuties. But if you take it out of context, it might not even seem too different from something that could have been featured in the movie Trust, or in the movie 13 in the movie and in the show 13 Reasons Why. It involves the main girl taking a picture of her genitalia and uploading it to her social media, her social media that she was getting popular on. You really have to watch the movie to make sense out of that. If there is a plot hole concerning that, like, you cannot, of course, like, Instagram, Facebook, those types of apps and social media don't allow the explicit content of any nature, or even suggestive content at that. So of course, like, something of that sort would have been taken down immediately by the app. And we are talking about a minor, like a prepubescent minor, who did that. That would have involved, like, a legal investigation. Like, where did this picture come from? Like, that would have happened in real life, right? In the movie, it's more taken as something like Hannah Baker's photo, like, if you've seen the show, or like when in the movie Trust, when all the school finds out that she was that the girl was raped by an adult. It was to, like, the intent was to elicit that sort of, like, moment, that sort of, like, consequence. And, like, for example, the principal, first her classmates find out and they call her out on it. The principal calls her mother. The mother scolds her. She even hits her and calls her and tells her, "You are being a whore. You are acting like a whore." The full sentence is, "You lie to me, you steal from me, and you're acting like a whore." I'm digressing too much, because again, the rest of the movie like shows why she lies or steals, etc. Uh, the mother doesn't find out that she's in a dance crew at all in the movie. She doesn't find out. She scolds her for other things, and apparently the photo was not like something, like it wasn't that severe, like he didn't have too many consequences that it would actually have in real life. I'm thinking that maybe the director had more of that 2010s notion of how social media works. That's why I brought the Trust movie up, because I don't feel that like that plot point would have worked like with the restrictions of not only like the law but also websites and apps like Instagram. Well, I went too far off. I digressed too much. Um, but yeah, I wanted to make those comparisons with those other movies to like maybe get a discussion on how this movie could save itself, or how Netflix could save themselves, their reputation. I don't know what you think. Maybe could maybe this movie, in your opinion, uh, does not deserve to be like saved at all. Like maybe it should be barred from the platform. I don't know what you think. And I'm not sure if we are going to have too many disagreements here. I hope not. Um, Again, I didn't want to talk about the movie itself because I don't know if you've seen reputable critics and reviewers here on YouTube. They have not touched this movie. I think it's because of the backlash. It has created so much of this snowball that if they made videos about even if they trashed it, maybe they will still get some of that bad vibe. I believe. Um, that's what this kind of backlash has done to the movie and to Netflix, right? And again, because this is a very sensitive topic, and I don't want anyone getting the wrong idea. I don't endorse, I don't condone the scenes, the actual filming of the scenes, or more yeah, well, the filming of the scenes and the showing of the scenes. I agree that they could have been, you know, uh, the movie could have worked without them. And well, I'm only trying to put these ideas out because I I watched the movie and I think that it is good. It had a good message, and it is very well acted. It's competently made, but yeah, we can make without these scenes, and maybe the movie could actually benefit from that. Maybe more people will watch it that way. Um, I don't know. No movie is entitled to being watched, really. So again, I don't know if we were going to have disagreements here. I just wanted to make these comparisons and try to put a solution out there. I'm not sure if we would get a conversation going. Maybe. So if you have anything to say, then maybe share it in the comments. If you feel like disliking the video, I don't know, for any reason, just because of the association with this movie, okay, I understand. I'm not going to stop you. Just know that, again, I defend the movie. I don't defend the scenes. And of course, this should go without saying, I don't endorse or condone child exploitation, child sexualization, or pedophilia in any capacity. All right, we're on the same page. All right. By the way, there is there's a little soundbite going around about the auditions, the auditions had the girls who tried out for the roles, also do the dance routines of twerking and all that. The articles that say that, well, no, I'm misconstructing here. I'm sorry. I haven't found any articles that mention that or that confirm that. Like I saw it on Reddit, and then the article that was listed did not reference that at all. They did not say that they had them twerk. Like maybe that's an assumption, but if it's not confirmed, we shouldn't be saying that they did that. If they did, I would like some evidence, and then I will of course condemn that. But like also what I wanted to maybe achieve with this video is to not rush too much to conclusions, not rush to reactions, to always keep a rational thinking, to always keep a critical mind when looking at delicate topics such as this. So, well, I have nothing else to say. I hope you I hope there was anything anything worth listening to here.